We're going to discuss recovering the funds, and the way we do this is we file a claim with the county. So at this point, the client agreed to work with you. You verified there's an overage. There may be liens, there may not be liens, just depends on the amount of the overage. So now we're actually going to go into the steps and what it takes to recover these funds. So let's dive in. So really, when you're filing a claim with the county, there may be certain documents that are required other than what I have stipulated here. Now, they're not all universal, meaning not every county requests the same documentation, but they're very similar. So, for example, one route you can take is on the left here, which is Route A. And there's an assignment of interest and a claim form to the county. That's what I use here in California. Now, this may be different in another state. So you want to reach out to the county, or at least do some due diligence, finding out what forms are accepted in order to decide what kind of route you want to take. So Route A would be an assignment of interest and a claim form to county. Now, those aren't just the only two documents that are required. There's other documents as well, as a copy of the deed showing ownership of the property, some other documents that may be needed, such as a copy of their ID or driver's license. And in some cases, other forms, like for example, you have a deceased owner, there may be a probate document that is needed. Now, again, you always want to look at the county's website, the tax collector's website, or whoever's the foreclosing authority's website, and see what documents are actually accepted to file a claim. On the right here, you have Route B, which is a contingency agreement. A contingency agreement will be required regardless, because this is the first document you're going to send to your client outlining what you're going to do and what you'll be paid. Then there's a limited power of attorney. This document allows you to act on their behalf to handle their affairs. So this document will give you authorization legally to file a claim on their behalf, and then claim form to the county. So these are really the two routes you will take when filing a claim. You either going to use an assignment of rights, which assigns you the rights to collect these funds, or a limited power of attorney, which is limited authority to act on behalf of that client. These are the three most important documents you're going to need in order to recover the funds. Of course, you have the contingency agreement, the assignment or limited power of attorney, and then the claim form to the county. So here's an example of Los Angeles County. Now, I have my own assignment forms, but Los Angeles requires that they use their forms. So keep that in mind, that, the county may accept your own version of the assignment forms, but they may request that they use their own form, which could be found on their website. This gives you an idea of what other supporting documentation they require. So any additional forms other than the assignment or contingency agreement you put together, anything in addition is called supporting documentation. And this is a checklist that Los Angeles County uses, in which they show you what they need in order to file claims. So if you have owner of record here, which would be the owner filing a claim. Now, if the assignment was given to us to collect, we would go by this here, because we are going to be acting on behalf of the owner. Here, if you look at B, let me enlarge this for you. You have an heir. So let's say it was a child of the property owner and they passed. Now, what would be required if the children wanted to file a claim on behalf of their deceased parent? So, and then you have trust deed beneficiaries, individuals, lien holders, and what have you, and lien holders of trust deed beneficiaries. Now, another opportunity in this business is you could actually pull up liens on a property, and if there's an overage and there's a lien holder, you could reach out to the lien holder and file a claim for the lien holder. So these are the supporting documentation requirements for Los Angeles County. Again, you want to contact the county website, look at the website, see if there's any documentation on there showing what is required in order to file a claim, and build a folder for that county and that state, and tuck those documents in there, so next time it comes around, you can file a claim quickly and you'll know exactly what you need.